park is divided into a west unit and an east unit, and it's on the east unit, on the east side of Tucson, Arizona, where all the backpacking trails are. We're going to describe a backpacking trip from the Loma Alta trailhead up along the Quilter Trail to the Grass Shack campground. Both the visitor center, where you pick up your backcountry pass, and the Camino Loma Alta trailhead, where we begin the hike, are located off of Old Spanish Trail on the east side of Tucson. This hike is located inside the boundaries of a national park, so you'll need a backcountry permit for the campgrounds at which you'll be staying, in this case Grass Shack. These can be obtained the day of the hike at the visitor center, during off-season, or during the week. On weekends, you might want to reserve a few days in advance to make sure that you can get the campground you're interested in. After you've picked up your backcountry permit, drive down Old Spanish Trail to Camino Loma Alta and head north to the end of the road and the trailhead, where there's a fairly good-sized parking lot. After you get out of your car and you're ready to hit the trail, the trailhead is on the northeast corner of the parking lot, where you'll find a gate. Make sure you close the gate behind you so that animals that are supposed to stay in, and animals that are supposed to stay out. Just a few steps inside the gate, you'll find the first trail sign or trail marker. And this tells us we're going to be taking the Hope Camp Trail about 2.3 miles until we intersect with the Quilter Trail. Just a few steps past the trail marker, you'll find a nice interpretive sign with a great map of the trail that we'll be taking today. So our route today is the Hope Camp Trail to the Quilter Trail to the Manning Camp Trail to Grass Shack Camp. About a mile or so down the trail, we'll come to our first landmark, which is a windmill and a tank that date back to the days of this area as a ranch. After walking 2.3 miles from the trailhead, you'll come to the T intersection with the Quilter Trail, where you're going to want to go north on the Quilter. At that same T intersection, you'll find a nice memorial to John J. Quilter, for whom the trail is named. As you head north, the trail will have a very gentle incline, as it'll be following the Bajada, leading up to the base of the Rincon Mountains through a saguaro forest.
An ocotillo plant. This is why they call it Saguaro National Park. And there's Mica Mountain and Rincon Peak off in the distance.
The next sign you're going to come to is a little bit confusing. The Quilter Trail goes straight, and you're going to want to go right or east towards Grass Shack on what actually is the Manning Camp Trail. From this point on, you're actually on the Arizona Trail, so you may encounter some thru hikers that are passing along this section. This trail is actually quite popular with equestrians, and you may encounter some horses, or in this case, a lost horseshoe. One of the great things about this trail are the diverse species of cacti to be found. In this case, an Arizona rainbow cactus, which you rarely find in other parts of the Rincon or Santa Catalina Mountains around Tucson. So do keep your eye out for these beautiful little cactus. The next trail marker that you come to will be for the Douglas Spring Trail, where you're going to want to make a right to the Grass Shack campground, and you're almost there. 0.6 of a mile from that last trail marker, you'll arrive at the Grass Shack campground. Grass Shack Campground has 3 campsites, and each of those are pretty good sized and can fit several campers in each of them.
And this is Grass Shack Spring. And there actually is some water in here. Not a tremendous amount, but it's actually running. A little trickle down there. This is running, such as it is.
Each of the campsites has a steel bear box where you should keep your food. And the reason for this are the manzanita that grow in the area that attract black bears. One of the nice things about camping in a national park is they actually do have toilets at the campsites. They're pit toilets, but at least you're out of the elements.
So this is a tank, Tanque in Spanish, that basically is a spot in the rocks where the water collects. And when there isn't much rain, there isn't a spring around, sometimes you can get lucky and find one of these tanks with a little bit of water in it, which I did this morning, even though I'm pretty well tanked up with water. But this is a tank.
The views on the hike down are spectacular. You have the Rincons to your left, the Santa Rita's on the other side of the Tucson Valley. If you schedule your hike during the springtime, you'll be rewarded by phenomenal blossoms on the many species of cactus that you'll find alongside this trail. One of the things I like about this hike is after I get off of the trail, I head down Broadway where there's a profusion of different restaurants. I like to stop at Nico's for a burrito.
Nico's Chimichanga.